Welcome to MMA on the Rocks. My name is Bill Welker, and you are listening to Picks and Pours, episode 71. Today is Thursday, September the 11th. We are 24 years removed from the greatest tragedy of our generation, the attack on the World Trade Center in New York City in 2001. So, of course, we remember the brave men and women who gave their lives that day and afterwards and ever since. Fighting to keep our freedoms. So respect to all of you. But you're here for MMA and whiskey talk. So let's get into that. So let's welcome back from his trek through the mountains, Matt the mechanic. What's going on, Matt?
What's up, Bill? It's good to be back. I had a great time, though.
Tell me about it.
Well, when we set out on this trip, we had 4 goals. We wanted to hike up and physically see a glacier. We wanted to backpack in Glacier National Park. We wanted to backpack in Yellowstone National Park. And we wanted to climb a mountain. And we did all 4 of them. It took 54 miles of hiking, almost 3,000 miles of driving, but it worked.
That's a lot of driving. I'd rather do the hiking. I'd rather do the 54 miles of hiking.
It was a lot. We flew into Denver and then drove all the way up to within 5 miles of Canada and then all the way back down. But I've never been in a country like that, so it was interesting.
Did you stop anywhere in Colorado?
We stayed in Fort Collins, and then not really. We kind of buzzed out of Colorado. We kind of want to save a Rocky Mountain National Park for a winter trip.
So out of the 4 things, what was the one highlight?
Probably Yellowstone National Park is not a pretty cool place. We've been to a lot of the national parks, and Yellowstone is top tier. You can't beat it. It has everything. We got to spend a night backpacking and camping in it's called Hell Roaring Creek, and it was in a nice hike through the high.
Hell Roaring,
not hella.
Oh, okay.
But
that was like California slang.
We hiked out there in the evening, set up our little tent. We're cooking dinner, which is essentially just boiling water and dumping it in a dehydrate or freeze dried bag of, I think it was spaghetti. It's not good, but while we're sitting there eating and sipping on some a lot of buffalo trace that trip. But we had a mama elk and her calves over on one hill, and we had a antelope, and the bison kept going back and forth through the camp. It was a really cool night.
That's awesome.
Didn't sleep well because Mr. Matt here pumped up our sleeping pads too much, so it was hard, and it got really cold. It got 30 degrees, so we really didn't want to unbundle to let the air out. But it was coyotes were howling, and the bed was hard.
Oh, my sworn enemies now.
But it worked out great.
That's good. I'm glad you had a good trip. I mean, that sounds like the kind of trip I'd like to do. I'd have to wait till the kiddo's much older and able to do.
You just come with us. Just come with us.
Well, she ain't hiking 54 miles.
No, you leave the kid. It's a daddy trip. It's very demanding. Although I bet Ariana could hold her own.
She does like a hike, but she'll cap out at about 3 miles.
Well, that's what they make backpacks for. But
yeah,
the one thing about hiking, we got to see some wild stuff. We got to see in a place called Hayden Valley, a pack of wolves took down a bison and were eating on it. And then a grizzly bear came in and chased the wolves off and was eating. Now, this was very, you only had to use my binoculars to see it, but it's a wild place. And
well, that's pretty cool.
And then when you're hiking in grizzly country, when you do that kind of hiking, you have to go and get a permit from the park ranger, and they go through like a safety briefing. And you have to have, put all your food in a bag and you have to hoist it up on on a tree that's 25 feet or higher. You can't have any food or any of your smelly stuff where you're sleeping, because if the bear's gonna come, you just have it come to the food rather than to you. And then when you're hiking, you're worried about like startling a bear. And when we were there in Glacier, a female hiker actually was walking through the trail and unfortunately came between a mom and a cub,
Oh,
and she got mauled, and she followed the protocol and she lived, which is crazy. But
what's the protocol? Or just play dead?
no, so everybody out there has giant backpacks on. So the protocol is, if you're getting attacked, you pop your waist belt and then you kind of turtle up, just like in jiu-jitsu, and allow the bear to basically go at the backpack. While you can't ever be alone, the partner, which is everyone has a bear spray. That other partner's job is to deploy the bear spray, and that's exactly what happened.
Oh,
But they also warn you to, when you're walking around, you shouldn't have the bear spray in your bag. You should have it either clipped on your belt or in your hand, because you don't get much time to
you
use
got
it.
to react quick. Yeah.
And they say like make noise, which is, I just laugh the whole time because it's like forces Tourette's. Like you're just walking through this peaceful woods, and every 10 seconds you just yell out whatever word is on your brain, but you just have Tourette's for the whole time. Luckily, the grizzly we saw was through binoculars, so I would say that's good. We saw moose. We saw it all.
Nice. Sounds like a sweet trip.
The only animal that was going to give me a little shit was a little mountain goat, so I figured I could take him. He wasn't that big.
Imagine you get taken out by a goat.
It was possible. They live on a ledge. That's what I was worried about, that thing just bumping you, and we had to like scoot past it with the mountain behind us and just kind of scoot, because I guess they want your pee. They were following us for our pee. There's no minerals up there, and they want to eat your pee.
Oh,
Fun
all
fact.
right. Well, to each their own.
Yeah. You can just I'll give it to them.
Yeah. So just piss on a goat. Nourish it.
But yeah. If you've never been to the West, you definitely should check out the West. It is a wild.
I spent a little time out west. I did a trip to Colorado, probably 9 years ago. We did Denver, we did Boulder, we did Colorado Springs. That was really nice. I've done California. I've done the drive down the coast. That was really beautiful.
Yeah. But once you get out of Colorado, it gets pretty wild pretty fast.
Yeah, I bet.
Like you just driving north and you get into Wyoming, West Wyoming, and you realize that's where a lot of the missile silos are, because there's signs for all the military bases up in that area, and you're kind of like, well, this is weird. And I'm a nerd, so I like stopping at the historical points along the scenic roads, and there was so much Oregon Trail history, and it's a big place, man.
I'm glad you didn't lose anybody to typhoid.
No typhoid.
Smallpox?
Nope. A lot of people were sick out there because we came right when they got their initial cold snap. So, in places like that, when it's one day it's down into the 30s immediately, everybody's.
Yeah.
But I'm fighting with that coming back here. It's like I had no humidity. Now I'm back in Florida humidity, and my sinuses are not happy about that.
Yeah, well, you're like, your sinuses dry out, and then you're breathing in all the mold spores down here.
Yeah.
No shortage of that here in Florida.
But now we're back at it. We got a decent card this weekend.
Yeah. It could have been better. The co-main event kind of got botched a little bit, but the main event is definitely interesting. Like that's what's going to lure me in. I'm excited for that. Yeah, so you want to just get right into this?
Yeah, unless you wanted to talk about the bad week we had, or we could skip right over it. I'm fine with that too.
Yeah, let's pass on that. Let's get into this. Is Alexander Hernandez the first fight on the main card?
Yep.
All right, so I like this fight. Quick turnaround for Alexander Hernandez. He just fought Chase Hooper just 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, was it 2 weeks?
August 16th. 3 weeks?
It's been like 3 weeks because I remember watching this, so I didn't
That's
watch any of the stuff.
that's a really quick turnaround. But I guess you gotta strike while the iron's hot. And it was a quick fight. I mean, he got him out of there in under 5 minutes, so. And then Diego Ferreira,
Yeah, and
40
Chase
years
Hooper only
old.
landed 20 punches.
Yeah, not a lot of damage, but just the stress of a camp and cutting weight. And I guess he's not cutting as much now since he moved up to 155. But Ferreira, 40 years old, coming off a loss to Grant Dawson in January. So took some time off after that one. I'm just looking at his record right here. He fought Gregor Gillespie. That's a name I like nearly forgot about. We never heard from that guy again after the Kevin Lee fight, huh?
No, I think he's on a farm or something.
Yeah, he's out fishing.
Yeah, he's just living his life.
All right, good for him.
He's just sick of cutting weight, probably.
Yeah, and if you look at Ferreira's record, he has a hard time with wrestlers. So Beneil Dariush, Gregor Gillespie, Mateusz Gamrot. But then he knocked out Michael Johnson and knocked out Mateusz Rybicki. And now he's coming off of the loss to Grant Dawson, but that was a decision. Ferreira is a tough guy. This is an interesting fight. I got to imagine that Alexander Hernandez is probably a minus 200 favorite somewhere in there.
No, he's a plus 100.
Wow. Even with Ferreira at 40 years old and coming off a loss, I could not be an odds maker.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Ferreira in this fight. I just thought, given their records, Alex Hernandez would have been the favorite.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Alexander in this fight. I think he's just eventually gonna catch Diego. He seems to be putting a lot of stuff together in this point in his career, and that's all I have to say.
Yeah, tough kid. All right, the undefeated Santiago Luna against Kwang Lee.
Oh, I don't have that fight. The next one I have is Kevin Gastelum's.
All right, maybe this one is not on the main card. I'm looking at Sherdog here. All right, Kelvin Gastelum against Dustin Stoltzfus. So Kelvin Gastelum, I can't believe Kelvin Gastelum's only 33 years old. I feel like he's been fighting for 33 years. He's been around a long time. Coming off that unanimous decision loss to Joe Pyfer. And then before that, he had a win over Daniel Rodriguez. He's been hot and cold lately. Lost to Sean Brady. Beat Chris Curtis, but there was some controversy surrounding that, if I remember correct. Some eye pokes or something that happened in that fight that weren't called. And then back-to-back losses to Jared Cannonier and Robert Whitaker. Meanwhile, Mr. Stoltzfus, also 33 years old, coming off a loss. He's been just as hot and cold, coming off a loss to Nursultan Ruzaboyev, and then a win over Marc-Andre Barriault, loss to Bruno Ferreira, a win over Punahele Soriano, and a loss to Abusipian Magomedov. So he's batting about 500 in his last 6 fights or so. So this is probably pretty close to even money. Maybe Kelvin Gastelum's a slight favorite because
he's a big favorite. Minus 245.
All right, I don't know shit.
But I kind of agree with that. I think this is a great fight for Kelvin to get back in the win column. He's it's not going to go to ground with either one of these guys, and I think his experience will just lead him to get the decision, probably.
I would think so. I still wish that Kelvin Gastelum had made more of an effort to make a run at welterweight. You know, he's not a true middleweight, but I guess you got to be comfortable.
What are you saying? You wish he cheated like everybody else does?
No, I wish he.
Yeah, that's a
Like,
fair point. He could just lose some body fat.
yeah, like he's not a huge guy.
Yeah, he could if he was like had Marab mentality, he could probably like make 145.
Yeah, possibly. But I mean, all the weight misses at welterweight. It's unfortunate because it's a 15-pound jump. So
Where's he from? San Diego?
I am not sure.
They got good tacos there.
Yuma, Arizona.
Oh, well, they probably got good tacos there too.
I'm sure there's nothing to do but eat and get wasted in Arizona. All right, so who are you picking here?
I'm taking Gastelum.
Okay, taking the favorite here. All right, Jared Gordon and Rafa Garcia. I don't really have an opinion on this one. But what are the odds?
Minus 245 for Flash Gordon.
Wow, big odds.
And I'm going to unfortunately take those odds. I think Gordon always has crazy power. He's like got crazy power, and he seems to be getting more accurate the older he gets. So
Rafa Garcia's got wins over some older fighters lately. Vince Pichel, Clay Guida. But yeah, I'm not mad at that pick. All right, co-main event. David Martinez stepping up on short notice. Supposed to be Raul Rojas Jr. I don't know. Do you know what happened there?
Yeah, he pulled a rib or something.
Ooh, that's nasty.
He's already got a fight, his next fight scheduled.
Well, that's good. Bouncing back. I imagine Rob Font's a big favorite.
No, it's a pick'em fight.
What the fuck? I'm like 0 for 4 now, right? All right. I mean,
I'll admit, this DraftKings seemed weird. Like, even the main event is weird.
All right, I'll keep that in mind when I try and guess those odds. All right. I mean, I gotta favor Rob Font in this one. I don't know too much about David Martinez, but he hasn't lost since 2021, and it was a split decision. So he's never been finished. This is only his second official fight in the UFC, if you don't count the Contender Series. He's never fought anyone remotely as experienced as Rob Font. But I'm not the one picking, you are.
So I'm going to do not a parlay, a prop bet. I don't like this fight for Rob. It looks dangerous. They got this Mexican or Spanish guy that's only 2 fights in the UFC. 10 of his 12. What?
He is Mexican.
Okay, good. 10 of his 12 wins by knockout. I'm going to pick David the Black Spartan by knockout at plus 500.
Okay. Spicing it up a little bit. I like that.
Yeah, we've been off a couple weeks. We got to make some money.
Yeah.
But it just looks like Rob Font's getting walked to the executioner in this fight. If the UFC has their way.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, credit to him for taking it on short notice. I mean, obviously he's a tough guy and he's got power, but Rob Font is nasty.
Like he's also old.
Let's see. Yeah, 38 for bantamweight is ancient. He's coming off back-to-back wins. He's never been knocked out, but at 38, the chances for that do go up. So Yeah, I guess I can't argue with your prop bet there. All right, the main event at the Frost Bank Center, San Antonio, Texas. Man, I'm interested to see who you're gonna pick here. I have a feeling I know who you're gonna pick, but just because these are like it's your favorite team versus one of your favorite fighters.
Well,
Uh,
there was a long period of time where I thought he was my favorite fighter on my favorite team because for some reason I thought he was a fighting nerd.
was he training with those guys for a
I
bit?
don't know what made me think that, but when I think it was all the way up to when this fight was announced, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then I realized, oh, he's not on the fighting nerds. But yeah, one
No.
of my favorite fighters and my favorite team, and my favorite team is not doing too well right now.
Yeah, they had a rough go of it last weekend. They
Yeah, they
went
had a
into
rough
enemy
time.
territory and what did they go? 0-3?
Oh, I don't know. I know they went 0-2. I don't know what the third one was.
It was Ruffy, Bahalio. I thought they had one other. Oh well. So Diego Lopez coming off of the title loss to Alexander Volkanovski, and Sean Silva coming off submitting your other boy Bryce Mitchell. Now I definitely know who you're gonna pick. But man, he's got a pretty impressive resume for a short time in the UFC. I mean, won on the Contender Series in 2023. Went on to beat Charles Jourdain, knocked him out. TKO Drew Dober, submitted Bryce Mitchell. I mean, he's definitely a problem, but so is Diego Lopez. And Lopez is just so big. I mean, 5'11" for 135 pounds is pretty massive. I mean, 145 pounds, sorry. And it's not like he's like a super lean 5'11". He's like got some muscle on him.
Yeah, the big man, big man.
All right. So you said the odds are weird.
I mean, maybe they were spot on what you think, but I just think they're weird.
I would think, man, I mean, Lopez did just fight for a title, but Silva's on such a hot streak. I would think Silva's a slight favorite.
Silver's a big favorite at minus 238.
Wow, that's disrespectful.
And Diego's got plus 195 beside him. So, as much as I agree with you that Gene Silva is a motherfucker, I can't not take Diego Lopez with that price.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you got to take the dog money there, especially if it's, one of your favorite guys.
But I wouldn't be pissed if Gene Silva gets the fighting nerds back on track. But
yeah, this is one of those fights I don't know.
it should be a good fight. I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's early in the day.
Yeah, I mean, neither of these guys are known for boring fights. So, the only thing I could see happening is Silva tries to get a little too flashy, and then Lopez capitalizes on it. Man, it's a tough one to call.
What you mentioned is what I've been thinking about all week is his size. Like, he's so big. Like, I remember when when Silva fought Britt Mitchell, I just remember like being so nervous for Bryce, but Bryce and Diego just seem like two totally different frames.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But he has fought Drew Dober, and Drew Dober is pretty big frame. Was Silva fighting at 155 at that time? Or did Dober go down?
I don't remember.
Let me see. Yeah, Dober is a lightweight.
Maybe he stepped up at last minute or something.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. My memory is shot. Drew Dober having a rough go of it lately. Lost 4 of his last 5. But yeah, this is a fun main event. Was Diego Lopez on the last UFC Noche?
Pretty sure he was a co-main, was he?
Let's see. That would have been September last year, right? No, he wasn't on it.
No,
Oh yeah,
or did he fight at UFC 300? Well,
yeah. He was on. He fought Brian Ortega at UFC Noche, and then Volkanovski in April. All right.
man. But if John Silva gets a big win here, he could be right in the title shot.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if he's able to finish the guy that just fought for the title, I mean, he's got my vote.
Well, there's not much news this week.
Well, before you get into the news, we got our buddy Mark Fellows. Greetings, Bill and Matt. I'll be honest, I'm more pumped for Canelo versus Crawford than UFC this week.
Well, that makes one person.
Yeah, it's like if they made this fight like 5 years ago, I might have been pumped for it, but I don't know, man. I'm just like I've lost my passion for boxing.
Man, I don't watch much boxing at all, but aren't these like two totally different size guys?
Yes. Let me see.
And I heard that the smaller guy has got, he's with TJ Dillashaw's boy, putting on the weight. Allegedly.
I don't know. They both fight at 168.
No, I swear they're different. Mark, let us know.
So he has fought as low as junior welterweight, which is 140 pounds. That's Bud Crawford.
Meanwhile, Canelo's over there eating his tacos. Remember he blamed the tacos for his failed drug test?
Oh, yeah. Horse meat tacos?
No, he's just like, I hate Mexican tacos. They put steroids in that.
Yeah, Crawford's moving up 2 weight classes. All right. I mean, Terrence Crawford is definitely a super talented fighter.
Are these two guys are they like the champion, or are they even at the top of I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, Crawford he's done it all.
What I'm asking, is this like a competitive boxing match, or is this more of a celebrity boxing match?
I don't know. I mean, Crawford's undefeated. Canelo, let me see if he's got a title. I used to know all this stuff off the top of my head, but man, Canelo's Wikipedia is. Yeah, I mean, Canelo's the WBA, WBC, WBO, and the Ring super middleweight champion. So I don't know if there's a title on the line here, but they're both.
Could there be? I don't know. Would it have to be the UFC belt or whatever? This is the new promotion, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't really know much about this fight, to be honest.
Or they're gonna get the Netflix belt.
I'm more interested in seeing Yoel Romero make his BKFC debut.
Well, Mark says it's a legit super fight, so I'll watch it if I'm still up, because it'll probably be at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, that's the way boxing rolls. Like they'll have 16 nobodies fighting, and then they have Canelo's making 150 million for this fight.
Hey.
Yeah, that's probably more than the whole. It's definitely more than the payroll for the whole UFC Noche.
So I just saw they faced off at the press conference, and he doesn't either. He's wearing platform shoes, or they're not that much difference in size.
Yeah, I mean, Crawford's not a small guy.
Is he the guy that wrecked his Lamborghini?
I do not know. Let's see.
Flew out. You remember the crash? Do you remember seeing the crash?
Yeah.
He just flew out of it.
There's no information linking boxer Terrence Crawford to a Lamborghini.
Or maybe it was a Ferrari. I
A
think that, I don't think
Monte
it was that.
Carlo SS.
We need to have Mark have a guest segment. No, it was Earl Spence.
Yeah, that makes more sense. It makes more Spence. All right.
The best part about this boxing card, in my opinion, is it moves the main card of the UFC up to 6 p.m.
That's nice.
That's super nice.
Yeah, I like that.
It's like a cruise in. We'll start watching at like 7, throw the prelims on afterwards, in bed by 10 o'clock.
Sounds like a plan. I'm gonna be reffing some Muay Thai fights on Saturday morning. So after a day of doing that, I wouldn't be staying up past midnight to watch UFC. Although I do really want to see this main event.
Yeah. What did you say? You're reffing or you're judging?
Reffing. Yeah. It's
Just
like
put it on your phone. Watch it on your phone.
no. The fights are in the morning.
Oh, okay.
They're like it's like a development league. So they do them in the morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like smokers.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a sanctioned smoker, but it doesn't go on anybody's record or anything. They're all exhibitions.
Everybody's nice to each other.
They have to be, and that's my job to make sure of it. No knockouts allowed. It's just like hard technical sparring.
Oh, Mr. Mark Fellows is bitching about the lack of gear.
The lack of gear.
Yeah, he says he needs to get some new gear so he can rep it on his upcoming jaunts abroad.
Oh, I'm working on it, Mark. I'm just sorting out the tax documents now. I should have it up and running in the next week or two. But
All right, you heard it here, folks.
This is a sample right here of my hat. So yeah, we'll have some new stuff coming. I'm gonna do like the regular logo stuff, and then I'm gonna do I got some new designs that are gonna go on some t-shirts. Maybe it'll be limited release or something. I don't know. We'll see. Play it by ear.
When it comes down to it, I got Mark Fellows' gear. He needs a t-shirt so he can get it on his nice pics, and I will pay for it.
Yeah, this guy's he's traveling the whole globe. He was in Thailand not too long ago, and then he was in.
But he never comes to the States. I mean, haven't you ever heard of Disney World, Mark?
Yeah, right. You knock out 12 countries at once. Disney World. Go to Epcot, have a margarita in Mexico, have a moose lager in Canada.
Oh, speaking of that, we found. I'm not a fan of brown ales. Do you like brown ales?
On occasion, if the mood strikes me.
Well, out there, we found a company. It's called Big Sky Brewing. They don't have their Florida. They can't sell in Florida, so don't get too excited.
Okay.
But they have a moose drool.
Moose.
You got to Google it while I do this because you got to see the can.
Okay.
Moose drool, Big Sky Brewing. It is one of the best beers I've ever enjoyed.
Is it a green? It's a green can.
Yeah, with a moose puking in the lake.
Oh yeah.
That's like it seemed to be when we were in the Montana, Wyoming, Idaho area. Like that brewery is their Tampa Bay Brewing Company. Or
okay. I don't know if I like the green can for a brown ale though.
I don't care. It tricked me into buying it
because
I wouldn't have known it was if I didn't read a brown ale. I just saw the first one I had was just a can sitting in it, like an individual tall boy sitting in the cooler. And I was like, oh shit, I gotta have this can. It's cool. And we drank it, and we didn't. We usually go to all kinds of breweries on our trips, and we didn't. We just stuck to that the whole time.
Nice. So they're
It's
out of
really good.
Montana.
I think it's like the most mild brown ale. It didn't have I don't know what you can tell me what the flavor is in a brown ale, but whatever that flavor is, usually I don't like it.
Like that maltiness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was so tasty.
Yeah.
You could crush it because it's like 5%.
Yeah. Sounds good. Well, the wife has been asking to go to Montana.
Well, you need to go to Montana, but where? Because I imagine she wants to go to like Bozeman or
I'm not sure. Our old neighbors were from there, and they had recommended some spots to us. Um,
Glacier National Park's a beautiful place, but it's just technically Yellowstone is right in Montana, right on the border, so you could go to Montana and still go to Yellowstone. The thing with Glacier is it's really beautiful, but the the cool views have more of a price of access, and not by money. It's more of that's where we of the 54 miles of hiking, we did probably 30 of it in Glacier.
oh, okay.
Where Yellowstone, you just like driving in the car, "Oh, shit, there's a buffalo," like
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yeah, it's kind of like Grand Canyon. Like you mostly drive around it and you stop at the different
yeah.
viewpoints. You
And
know,
Glacier National Park's really far. It's 8 hours, no, 13 hours north of Denver. I mean, you're way up there with the Blackfoot Indians.
you can't fly into Montana.
Yeah, you can, but it's like a connecting flight. I don't hate that.
Mm, yeah, I don't like connecting flights. Um, Speaking of which, oh, never mind. I'm not gonna say that on air. I'll tell you. I'll tell you after. Um, I just realized I was gonna let a secret slip on the air, and I don't know if I don't know who's watching. But yeah, I'm gonna be elsewhere next week. But what about the news? What do we got in
The
the
news
news?
is just the only news I have is there are some updates to the UFC White House thing. It's been moved to June, which sucks. They have the perfect 4th of July date, but it doesn't work.
Damn.
So it's going to be 5,000 people on the White House lawn. They're going to have, it says upwards of 50,000 people watching screens in the mall, which I don't know if you're going to have to buy a ticket to, but
Do you think if we get to 1 million subscribers by then, they'll give us press passes?
no, absolutely not.
2 million.
Well, I mean, I've already visited the White House. I'm on I already have my name in the system. I don't know about you, but
I do. I've been to the White House.
I don't know. But I'm actually interested in going to DC for this event. And I know I won't be in the 5,000 people that get to watch it, but I don't know. It seems like a cool thing. And I always love a good trip to DC.
I spent some time in DC when I was working for Samsung. I used to just take the train down there. They got like an express train from Manhattan that I used to take and go down there and work sometimes for a day, sometimes for a few days. We used to do a big event there once a year. Um, it was pretty cool. I've gotten to speak at the Senate House, which was a pretty cool experience. Um, I've got a picture of me like at the podium in the Senate House, giving a speech. Uh, I was giving out an award to veterans.
Hmm. Well,
Uh,
that's pretty good of you, Bill.
well, I was just doing my job, but I got a good reception for that speech, so
That's
that
good.
was pretty cool.
Yeah, I love DC, and if even though it won't be in on the 4th of July, uh, UFC in the summer in Washington D.C. is pretty badass. And they also confirmed that like the locker rooms will be in the White House, and then the walkout will be coming out of that front door of the White House.
Oh, that's badass.
And then the face-offs are going to be at the Lincoln Memorial. And there's one fight that's both fighters have verbally confirmed that it's going down. I hope this is not the main event, but it's a championship fight, and it is Nunes versus Harrison.
Oh, interesting. So yeah, you got your former champion making a comeback against, an Olympic champion,
The only
Olympic.
American UFC champion.
Yeah, and a 2-time gold medalist at that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's a great choice to have on that card for sure.
I mean, I knew you'd like that. That's like the best female fight possible, right? I mean, you could say the other one that was announced while we've been gone, the Weili versus Shevchenko, would be number 2, but I'm way more interested in Nunes versus Harrison.
Yeah, I hope they don't put both of those on the same card.
Yeah, but the thing about Nunes versus Harrison is I feel like those two fighters already know how that fight's going to go because they trained with each other forever.
Yeah, it doesn't always mean anything. So the best example I could think of is way back in the day. Tim Sylvia used to train with Randy Couture, and the legend has it that Sylvia would get the better of Randy in sparring regularly, but supposedly Randy was always holding back. And then he challenged Tim Sylvia for the heavyweight title and just beat the shit out of him. Like, it was totally dominant, 50-45 or 50-44 or whatever it was. I don't remember the score, but Randy won all 5 rounds and like just whooped him. And Randy was 46 at the time, I think. But yeah, so, and then training in the gym is a lot different than, training under the spotlight. Like, these women are so competitive that, you know, they wouldn't take the fight if they weren't sure they would win. So they both must have an idea of how they can win.
Maybe, but I don't know. It was when, Nunes left the top team because that's where Kayla trained. Like that's where they trained together, and top team had Amanda, like the most decorated female of all time. Maybe it might not be true, but it's close.
I think so.
And they decided to continue with Kayla.
Well,
that maybe I'm reading between the lines too much.
You don't know if it was their decision. She could have decided to leave on her own.
Maybe, but
I mean, it's such a big gym. Like, you got to remember, this gym also had at one point Robbie Lawler and Tyron Woodley. And Robbie Lawler, who's one of the biggest stars, he decided to just move elsewhere.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I agree that both fighters see a way to win, or they wouldn't take the fight. But I also don't know what bonuses are attached to this card as well. Like, Amanda's retired. How much is, maybe she knows it's a pretty good chance she's going to get her ass whipped, but it's worth it. Maybe we'll see it.
I mean, according to Amanda, when Kayla started coming around the gym, she was going through like a very uninspired time in her training. And, supposedly she's in a much better place now. She's going to have plenty of time to prepare. She had points in her career where, she wasn't motivated, and it showed. She would gas out in fights and things like that. And then when she was motivated, it showed. Like when she came back and rematched Juliana Pena and just, wiped the mat with her. But yeah, that's an interesting fight. I like that fight for the White House card. Actually,
I hope I didn't make that up. I swear I saw that, but no, I can't find it.
Well, we're gonna go with it. Breaking news here on MMA on the Rocks. Amanda Nunes versus Kayla Harrison confirmed.
Okay, so it's not. They have odds on DraftKings.
It's
It says
confirmed. I just
110
confirmed it, Matt.
Okay. All right.
It shall
Sounds
be
good to
done
me.
now.
But
I
man,
blessed that fight with this whiskey.
that will not count. That's cannot be the main event. Cannot. No.
You
I think they're really trying to get either Connor or John there.
Well, supposedly John Jones wants to be on it, and Dana said no.
No, Dana didn't say no. He said it's very unlikely.
Yeah,
that John will be able to make it to that. And he
Yeah.
said, would you want to bet that event on John?
Yeah, because he can't trust him. Because supposedly,
I mean, what the hell do I know? I think it should be Marab should headline that card, but I'm crazy. I'm also biased.
Let's finally make Fedor Emelianenko versus Randy Couture and make that the main event. That's like one of the fights that got away back in the day. They're both like in their 50s. Let's just do that.
That'd be cool.
USA versus Russia. Let's bring back the Cold War. Let's bring it all back.
I mean, who knows by what will happen by that this time next year? Not this time, but next summer.
Yeah, who knows? They're doing great things with stem cells these days.
Mark Fellows says if John wants on that card, Dana will put him on it. I agree, but you can't.
He's not trustworthy.
He's not trustworthy, and that's why Dana said, "Oh, it's a 1 in a billion odds." And I like John's response was, "Well, I'm a 1 in a billion odds type of dude," and yeah, that's fair enough.
That could be Dana trying to motivate him. You know, like, let me tell you, you can't do it, so you want to do it.
Like, what if that's like the plan because they want him to fight Aspinall, and then somehow Cyril Gahn comes out of nowhere and beats.
Oh man, imagine.
Oh, fuck that all up.
Mark says Connor versus Chandler to open the main card.
I mean, Connor is Connor, what, 7 years ago is the fighter I would want to headline that card, but Chandler's not the guy to go after. I'd like it to be Diaz, but that's not the guy either. It's probably Paddy Pimblett would be the best one to sell that. But then you got two British fucks fighting on the White House lawn, so that's a little odd.
Connor's not British.
Irish. Same thing.
I mean, not in the history books.
Yeah, I apologize. But close.
You got a historical storyline built in there that the Irish were slaves to the British for many years. Let's see. Yeah, we got a comment from Cancer. Usually you don't want to hear from Cancer, but in this case, we'll bring it up. I really dislike John Jones. I don't want to see that fucker on the White House card.
Who would you like to see on that fucker? What fucker would you like on that card?
Yeah, which fucker you want to see, Cancer? I hope it's the sign. What are those astronomy signs called?
I mean, we've talked about this before, but Hamzat Strickland's an awesome fight for that card.
Yeah, but we know how that one's gonna go.
Maybe.
That's one fight that training will probably translate into the cage. But speaking of Strickland, you just sent me a video of him running into that money turd guy. I love that he's been nicknamed Money Turd.
Yeah, that was unexpected, and I much appreciated and informing. I didn't realize that guy is going around getting fighters to invest in whatever the hell he's investing in.
I mean, the guy kind of came out of nowhere in the MMA scene anyway. I'm sure he's been swindling people in other realms, but yeah, when I watched that video, and just for context, so Strickland ran into him in an elevator and made it seem like he was gonna do like a friendly video with him, and then he turned on the camera and he's like, "Let me tell you why this guy's a scumbag," and then went on to say how he would never take money from him, and and he scams people, and you know, pretty much all the stuff you would assume to hear about this guy when you look at him.
He wears socks on the jiu-jitsu mat, and he's a black belt.
I All right, so I know a really high level black belt in this area that I've trained with that wears socks on the mat, and that dude's a badass.
Did he get his black belt in 2.5 years at 40 years old?
No,
Okay,
no,
then
no.
he's fine.
But he's been a Rob Kahn black belt for quite a while.
But he's old school. Nobody now no person that started training jiu-jitsu 2.5 years ago wears socks. Fair enough. This guy's grandfathered in.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Because especially if he hears this. Um,
Who is it?
Bamboo, Gracie Westchase.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a bad dude. I've
Well,
rolled with him.
Bamboo looks much more like a jiu-jitsu black belt, and I've never met him than this goofball money
Yeah.
turd.
I just saw him last weekend when I was doing commentary for Vigilant, and he looks jacked. Like he's been pumping some iron or something. But yeah, trained with that guy a few times. I rolled with him, and man, I was probably a purple belt last time I rolled with him, and he made me feel like a white belt just effortlessly. All right, Cancer.
Back.
He said he want to see Connor for sure. Maybe Poirier come back just for one more. Hopefully he pulls off the Gilly. What about you guys? Man, it's tough because there's just, I mean, we did this a couple of weeks ago where we looked at the rankings. There's not a lot of American talent right now at the top of the UFC. I mean, Aljamain Sterling is up there, but was he even born here or was he born in Jamaica?
I think he was born here. I'm starting to have a little bit different of an opinion on what this card should be. It shouldn't be focused on the fight rankings. This fight should be geared toward the casuals. You know, Cowboy's trying to come back. Let Cowboy fight anybody that makes sense.
I know who needs to headline this card.
Who is it?
Chael Sonnen.
I mean, that'd be cool. But that's kind of what I'm getting at. Is it needs to be fun, like not. We don't give a damn about the belts tonight.
Chael Sonnen rematches Craig Jones in MMA.
And the main event should be Max Holloway defending the BMF belt against, I don't know, pick someone.
Oh, Max Holloway is a great pick for the main event. He's American.
Yeah, have him pick the best fighter in the time. Max can chill until then.
Justin Gaethje?
No, we need to beat.
No, I mean Justin Gaethje is another.
Okay, option. Maybe, but I think Gaethje's going to get a title shot next.
Do it at the White House.
I don't think there's time. I think it's too far away.
So if he wins the title, defend it at the White House.
Maybe. Oh, that's good. But, well, yeah, definitely if he wins the title. It's hard because we're like, there's going to be a fight between most of these fighters. Going to be a fight between now and that card, and those fights haven't even been made yet. So it's hard to predict what's going to be there in 10 months.
Sure. Yeah, but it's fun to speculate. I mean, we haven't had like a big card to look forward to in a long time. Mark Fellows asked if Colby Covington is retired.
No, he's trying to get a title shot or something stupid. But yeah, he's a great pick for maybe the beginning of the main card or
I don't know.
Closing up the.
Oh wait, You know who could do it? There's another Olympic gold medalist on the roster. You got the sound clip?
Oh, yeah. I think, hopefully.
Play the clip.
I think I might have. I don't think I have it.
Henry,
Yes.
you know who I'm talking about? Henry Cejudo. Henry.
And have Trump introduce him as Henry Cejudo.
Yeah.
That would make my 2026. Have Trump
Or if Bruce
instead
Buffer
of
just slipped that in there for fun.
no, instead of Bruce Buffer, you have Trump come in the octagon. Henry, you know who I'm talking about? Henry Cejudo.
I know that clip has to piss Henry off.
How could he be pissed? He was so happy to be there.
Yeah, he was, but laying in bed at night, he's like, God damn it. Like,
Oh yeah, Derek Lewis is a good pick too. You can
yeah,
throw
not a
him in
main
there.
event, but yeah, just give him somebody that that'll stand in front of him, let him knock him out.
Well, yeah,
A Derek Lewis knockout would be great for that card.
let me get him. My balls was hot on the White House lawn.
Yeah, black beef versus some Russian. Mark's yeah, Russian or Chinese villain. Yeah, that's the kind of shit I'm thinking about. Like it needs to be a circus.
I did just watch Rocky 4 recently.
I mean, we need helicopters flying over. We need military parades.
Henry. I don't know why that cracks me up every single time. I'm just so amused by it.
Well, it's because of the irony, because it bugs Henry Cejudo. Like that was like one of the best moments of his life, and when he said it, he's like, "Damn it!"
But it's also like he was thinking about how to say his last name. You know who I'm talking about?
I mean, at least he went for it.
And then Henry comes up and he's a foot shorter than Trump. It's my favorite. Like Donald Trump has a lot of memorable quotes. Like say what you will about the guy. I'm not going to get into politics. I don't really give a shit. He's got a lot of memorable lines. That one is my number one. And by a long shot.
Really? Oh, well, my favorite Trump moment's when he's from his first term when he's walking back. He's like walking with a bunch of group leaders, they're world leaders, and there's gonna be a picture, and he realizes there's gonna be a picture, and he just like he's blitzing on defense, just right through the whole pile of people, and stands there in front like that. Or the one when he's meeting the Pope and he's fucking touching his hand. He keeps just touching the Pope's hand, and the Pope's like, oh.
I don't know. Nothing tops Henry Cejudo for me.
Cejudo.
Henry. You know who I'm talking about?
Mark says, how about Ronda versus the Venezuelan vixen? I saw that for some reason Ronda turned down. She's like, I'm not going to be on the White House card, but I'm down to come back to the UFC.
Oh, really?
Weird.
It's not a good idea.
No, that's a bad idea. She's really rich.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't do it, Ronda. Just enjoy your money.
I know Brendan Schaub's campaigning for a Travis Brown fight on that card. He's just joking around, but I mean that on the undercard, that would be hilarious.
What, he wants to rematch him?
Yeah.
Don't do it, Brendan. Didn't go well the first time.
I wish I was around for watching Brendan fight. It must have been bad.
I mean, he had some big wins. Some really impressive wins. Like he beat Mirko Krokop, I think. He was a decent fighter. And he seems to be in better shape now than he was when he was fighting. Like he was never like a chiseled heavyweight.
But I don't think USADA can be anywhere around that.
Oh, for sure. He's got to be on some stuff.
No, he's admittedly on some stuff. I mean, he's beating heavy strongman dudes in challenges. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is probably pretty strong.
yeah, I think he beat like him and what's the Eddie Hall and what's the other big one? They did like a grip strength challenge, and Brendan dominated all of them.
Meanwhile, I just got my testosterone levels checked, and I'm highly above average for my age. So
Oh, yeah? What's the number?
I will continue. I'm not going to say it on the air, but I'm happy with it. So I'll continue to stay clean.
I know Brian Callen, he just had his done at the ripe old age of like 64, and he was 740. I don't know what that means.
Oh shit.
Is that good?
Yeah. He's got to be on something, right?
No, he's not on something.
Wow.
Well, that's what Joe and all his Brendan all been saying. Oh, you got to get on T, and he's like, oh, I don't think so. Let me take a test, and it's really hot. It's apparently not, huh?
Yeah, that's really fucking high for that age.
Well, it's
All
the
right.
big gay owl, huh?
All right, maybe I'll get on something.
Like, everybody's going to that Ways to Well in Austin. Just head down there. Tell
Yeah.
them I sent you.
I don't think with my numbers I could get a doctor to approve me. So I'd have to do it another way. But
I got a guy.
is it the guy that you fired? The intern?
No, it's a very large man, but yeah, I got a guy. Let me know. But look at that. We're right at an hour.
I'm good. I got back into jiu-jitsu this morning. Took a 4-month layoff. Got in and got some rolls this morning in the gi. Felt pretty good.
Yeah. Whenever you take those long breaks and then you go back, you're like kind of have anxiety a little bit, or at least I do going back. You're like, oh, what if I suck? And then you just go, well, I'm a little out of shape, but I still know how to do jiu-jitsu pretty well.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know where I stand when it comes to jiu-jitsu, and like I don't really think about it like that. So like I did well this morning for having a 4-month layoff. And I'll probably get back in like twice a week or so just to keep things sharp. But I don't know. Definitely lost my passion for it for a while. I just got bored.
Hey, brother, I feel the same way. I've been not doing it for a little bit longer than that. We're thinking about getting back into it. Got some things I'll talk to you about.
All right. We got a lot of offline stuff to discuss.
Yeah.
Was there anything else? Any other
No,
news?
I'm just looking at what we got. It looks like next week we're off again. There's no UFC fights again.
All right. That's good because I'm not going to be here next week.
Then we have Carlos Oldberg versus Dominic Reyes.
All right. That's fun.
It's fun, but the co-mains Junior Taffa versus a man named Ibo Aslan. So that's not great. And then we have UFC 300, which is a good fight. Ankalev versus Alex Pierre.
300?
320. Thank you for the correction. And that also has I'm actually more excited about the co-main of Merab versus Corey. And that is October 4th.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
So Yuri making his return against Khalil Rountree. Josh Emmett versus Yusuf Zalal, followed up by Joe Pyfer fighting some dude that ends in V.
Curious to see how you're going to bet that one.
Where is this one at?
UFC 320.
It is in Nevada. So Joe Pyfer is looking good.
They've been doing less big cards in Vegas, huh?
I think they just saturated the Vegas market for like the last 4 5 years. They got to get out there.
Yeah.
Plus, I think that arena is getting used more.
What, the T-Mobile?
Yeah.
Yeah, Carrot Top over there.
He's at the Luxor. It's a weird guy.
Yeah, it's a weird hotel. You ever been in there?
Yeah, very shortly, just to kind of look inside. I was like, this is. I remember in like the early '90s seeing it on TV open. And I was like, this place looks awesome.
Oh yeah, it
And
looked
then when I
badass.
finally made it to Vegas by myself, I was like, this shit is whack.
Yeah, so I went out on a work trip to Vegas, and they booked me in the Luxor, and like a few weeks before I went, they said, "Oh, good news, we can put you in the Aria." Now, at the time, I didn't know the Aria was like the newest hotel on the
That's the
strip.
shit.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to do all that paperwork to change my hotel." And it was kind of a pain in the ass. I was like, "It's fine, just put me in the fucking pyramid." I didn't realize, one, how far away it was gonna be from the convention center where I was working at, and two, that it was just a dump. Like,
Yeah, but the cool thing about the Luxor is, when you were there, was your room facing the strip? Because if you're facing the strip, you can look across the strip and see the airport part of the airport for Area 51, the Area 51 shuttle. That's cool.
I don't really remember. I didn't spend a lot of time in the room. I was pretty much just like, I was out working all day and then like networking stuff at night and getting dragged to strip clubs, which
Yeah.
is not my scene. I don't enjoy them, but had to go. But funny, I'll end on this story. So I was staying at the Luxor, right next door to the Luxor. A lot of hotels are connected, right?
Yeah.
So I had some free time. I was going to walk around a little bit. So I walked next door to the Excalibur, which is even more of a dump than the Luxor. And I was just walking through the lobby casino area, and I got accosted by a hooker. And the reason she came up to me was because she thought I was Jake Gyllenhaal. And she was screaming from like across the casino. She was like, "Jake, Jake." And I turned around, just not because my name's Jake, obviously, because I heard some woman
Some
yelling.
crazy Asian screaming.
I don't think she was Asian. I think she was Hispanic. And I turned around and she makes eye contact with me. She goes, "Jake Gyllenhaal." And she comes up to me, and it was this dumpy little prostitute with like neck tattoos. And she was like, "Hey, Jake, you want to go spend some time together?" And she was just like making a scene, which makes me uncomfortable. So I just kind of like let her talk, and I walked her over to the bar where there was some guy like slumped over his gin and tonic or whatever he was drinking. And I said, "Hey, this is my buddy. He's looking for some company." And she just kind of latched onto him, and I took off back to the Luxor and dodged that bullet.
Yeah. Hello. This is what you eat, Batman? And I'm gonna continue down the. I have some crime to solve. Here's Batman.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and she latched right onto him. Like it was like I just put a leech on his neck.
You're like,
I
whew.
don't think he minded. I don't think he was conscious.
Well, if you're in the Excalibur having a drink, that's life must not be
Yeah,
normal.
I mean, it was pretty empty. There was not a lot of people there, and it was like early afternoon, and this guy was like passed out drunk at the bar. So
Yeah, he lost a bunch of money. Now he's got
senorita.
some senorita on his arm.
Well, if you're listening, dude, you're welcome. Hope you had
Yeah.
a wild night in your Excalibur room that night.
Yeah, had a lot of proper jousting. Well, anyway, have fun. I'm glad we're back. Have fun next week, reffing your fights.
Thanks.
Make sure the fight is fair and everybody has a good time.
Yeah, we'll do. No knockouts allowed unless I'm dishing them out.
Get that shit out, kids. We're just learning.
If you try to knock somebody out, I'm gonna fuck you up.
And I guess that's it, huh?
Yeah, let's call it there. I'm just trying to pull up our music. That's all we got. So until next time, whenever that may be, cheers, everybody. Goodbye. Matt with the walk-off.